Hey, everybody. So I'm so excited to be here today, like I did last year, where I did a live stream after every day of Comic-Con. I thought it would be fun to do that this year. This year it's called FANX, which is ridiculous that they lost the lawsuit against San Diego Comic-Con, who claimed ownership of the trademark con as their word, which is insane to me. But anyway, it's called FANX this time, and it is a pretty it's a it's a pretty flourishing smaller Comic-Con. They get pretty great talent, pretty big names to come. Like this year, Jason Momoa, Jeff Goldblum are two of the biggest names. They were gonna have Ben Affleck, but I think he might opted out because of his situation. Was going to come. They have a bunch of stars from television and movies and gaming and all kinds of cool stuff. And last year, I got my picture taken with Jodie Benson. This year, I'm not getting any photo ops because the photo ops are really expensive and they're just not that pleasant. You have like literally 30 seconds with the person. And I don't know. I don't think it's really worth it. I mean, Jodie Benson is one thing because I just adore her, but everybody else, I don't know, not worth it to me. But going to hear the panels, that's worth it and so much fun. So let's start out day one, and I have the chat room open. So if you want to submit a question, then just submit the question. That'll be really fun. So the very first panel that I went to was called "Why We Love Luna Lovegood" from Harry Potter. And it was okay. It was pretty basic analysis. It would have been kind of fun if they dived into more, I don't know, just a little bit deeper analysis than the obvious that Luna is cute. And but it was fun enough. And I do love Luna. She's definitely my favorite Harry Potter character. And they talked a little bit about some of the stuff that's canon as far as who she marries and kids and stuff like that, and that was interesting. I don't know, it just would have been nice to have gone a little deeper as far as maybe the differences between her and the book and the movies, or just something that's a little deeper than like obviously she's sweet and cute. But it was fine. And then the next panel that I went to was about was that the Superman panel? The next panel I went to was all about Superman and the 40th anniversary of Superman 78, and which is a movie that I really enjoy. I think it's a little slow when Christopher Reeves isn't on screen, but once he gets on screen, he's amazing. And I think him and Margot Kidder had such amazing chemistry. They were just amazing together. And so that was really fun. And they had a pretty good panel that was really up on their stuff. And I think all 5 of them were podcasters. So of course they're great because they're podcasters, and they were really cool and talked a lot about the different challenges filming, and a lot about the different people that were considered. Like, I didn't know that James Caan was almost cast in the role, which is really funny. Can you even imagine James Caan as Superman? So hilarious. And I guess he ended up putting on like close to 50 pounds to play the role. And I guess early stuff that they shot, they had to shoot again because he looked so different by the end, which is really interesting. So yeah, that was really good. That was very, very, very well done panel. And, they talked about why, for them, the new version of Superman really doesn't work that well. He said, one of the guys said, "When I watch 1978 Superman, I want to be a better person. When I watch the new movies, I leave depressed." And so I thought that's very true. That's how I feel, at least, for sure. That was a really good panel. And then I went to a panel. I actually went to this before, but anyway, I went to a panel about a Star Wars fan film called Star Wars Dreska, and it was really cool. Like Lucasfilm has always been really great about encouraging fan films and involvement and stuff, and that's why it's sort of weird that this latest administration has been kind of hostile towards the fans, because, and not that some of the fans don't deserve it, but they were always just so great at working with fans, so it's sort of this weird situation. But anyway, so this fan film, it was really cool. It was all about this woman who is blind, and the Empire saved her life, and particularly Vader saved her life, and so she sees them as the good. She sees them as the good thing, and so when she's captured by the rebel, they tell her, "Oh, well, Luke Skywalker survived," and she thinks that's a bad thing because. And I thought it was really cool because it was just like this father and daughter who did the whole thing in their they converted their garage, and it looked really good. It cost them like $20,000, but it looked, I thought, really professional and had some special effects and pretty cool costuming, and I was impressed with what they did. I guess the dad of the thing, he works in like haunted houses and stuff, and so that's how he knew how to do all of this stuff. But that was really neat. That was very cool. So if you can find it online, I don't know where it is. Star Wars Dreska, Dresca. Check it out. I thought it was really cool. And then I went to a panel on the 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park. And this was a pretty good panel. It wasn't quite as good as the Superman panel, but they had a group of experts and whatever that were there talking about the first time they saw Jurassic Park, why it has really lasted so long. One of them said, Jurassic Park gets everything right about movie magic. And I think that's definitely true. That's certainly my experience. And, I said, I can't overstate how disappointed I was with Jurassic Park 2, and the sequels have continued that trend. And that when I was 12, when Jurassic Park came out, and it blew my mind, and it still does. So, that was my experience, and it was cool to hear everybody talking about the different things, particularly about the music and how iconic that was. Talk about John Williams. Talk about some of the differences between the book and the movie, in particular, making John Hammond more of a sympathetic character and how that really helped. I liked that. That was very interesting to me. So that was a great panel. And then after that was the big exciting moment when I got to go to the Paige O'Hara and Robbie Benson panel. And this was in the Grand Ballroom. And Paige O'Hara, if you don't know, is the voice of Belle in Beauty and the Beast, and Robbie Benson is the voice of Beast. And they were so cool and so interesting. And what was really interesting is the first question anyone asked was, what did you think of the remake? And it was interesting because Robbie Benson's first response was, there was a remake. And he kind of gave some grudging, like, it was fine. You could tell he didn't really like it very much, which was interesting. And Paige O'Hara, she said that she felt like she said the film was wonderful, but it went too dark in many ways. So that was her feedback about the movie. But she did have really nice things to say about Emma Watson. So she was really sweet and kind. So that's good. She said the message of Beauty and the Beast is what has made it last. So that was cool. And she said, let's give credit to Howard Ashman and Alan Menken. They wanted an independent woman. Belle was the first princess in her 20s. And I've never really thought about that before. But yeah, after, you had Ariel, who was, younger, and there were only, Snow White and Aurora and Cinderella. And I guess they were in their teens. But Belle was in her 20s, and in that day and age, she would have been considered kind of an old maid. So it's interesting. I thought that was cool. and that they really wanted her to be independent, have her own mind, her own ideas. You know, soon she starts getting ideas and thinking. It's positively primeval. So yeah, and that was cool. And she talked about working with Howard Ashman, and it also it was cool. Somebody asked, how did you feel about the human form of the Beast? And Robbie said, Glenn King is a remarkable artist, but I wish I could have stayed the Beast, which was really cool. They also talked about the recording of the music, and that it was very similar to a Broadway cast album, and that they were both, they neither of them consider themselves voice actors. They consider themselves Broadway singers. And so particularly, I guess, Angela and Robbie did their songs in like one take, like you would a Broadway show. And that was really interesting. And Angela Lansbury, that is. Paige O'Hare said, they asked her what her favorite book was, and she said, my favorite book is the Bible, To Kill a Mockingbird, and I love books that they made Disney films off of, like Peter Pan, fairy tales, things like that. It was really cool. She gave her witness about when she converted to Christianity and what a strength that has been in her life. That was really neat. She said her favorite sequence is Something There, and then she sang a little part of it. If you go on my Insta story today, you can hear it, but I didn't want to post it like per minute because she hadn't really like warmed up or anything. And I don't want to, it was fun, but it's not like the greatest singing in the world, but it was still super cool to hear that. And then also he did a Go Ahead and Starve, which was really fun. I mean, he can't really do it the same way now as he did it before, but it was still super cool. And Paige did say they was so happy with Moana that they'd gone back to a real singer and actor, as opposed to a celebrity, in Ali Carvalho, and she was really impressed by her. So that was very cool. Also, huge news. This was kind of I kind of wonder if she was supposed to say this, but she said that she was so excited about the princess scene in Wreck-It Ralph, and that I guess they've gotten such good feedback about it. They just a couple months ago, I guess, recorded a whole additional scene that is going to be in there. So that's kind of cool and exciting. And she also said that I guess when she turned 50, that Disney aged her out of voicing Belle, which I didn't even know that they did. I thought that Jodie Benson said last year that that they were very loyal about that as far as the princess voices. But anyway, she said that she had supposedly aged out of voicing Belle, but when for Wreck-It Ralph 2, they brought her back, and she said that was such a satisfying experience and such a great experience for her, which makes me way more excited about the princess scene than I might have otherwise been, knowing that it was such a positive experience for her, and that they've added an additional one. It's kind of cool to know. So that was amazing. Somebody asked about Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, and Robbie said, I wish it was better. So they were very honest and open, which was great. And they were just so amazing, and I loved listening to them. I could have listened to them all day, but that was my final panel for the day. And then I went and did some shopping. So I'll show you guys. I don't know if anybody's going to even be interested in this, but oh well, who cares? Okay, so here I got a Wonder Woman mug, which I just thought was really cool. And you guys know how much I love Wonder Woman. And then the rest are all Funko Pops. So I got a Elastigirl Funko Pop, which is awesome, for Incredibles 2. And I got a Dash Funko Pop, which I love. I take them out, but it will take forever to make the video so long. That's so cute. And then the one I'm I'm very excited. I got Violet with the cool ball from Incredibles 2. I love that. And then this I'm super excited about. I think I have to get this one out to show you. You can't really see it. So I got Merida, and this one is amazing. I don't have Merida. It's interesting because it looks blue in this camera, but it's actually green dress, and her hair. I love her hair, the way it's sort of flowing in the wind. If you can see that. And I love the bow and arrow, and there's 2 different layers to her dress. See that? And I just think it's super cool. I'm really excited about it. And then the last one I will also open to show you. I got Mulan, and Paige also said she loved Mulan, which was really cool. This is such a cool pop. It has this cool barrette in her hair. And then this obviously when she was doing the matchmaker ceremony. And I love this like scarf thing that she has on. And then like the little fan is super cool. And you've got the, the layers, and in the back it kind of flows off, which is really neat. She even has like little earrings, which are fun. So that's awesome. I love that. And that'll mean I think I have, I don't have a Jasmine pop. I need to get a Jasmine pop, but I don't think I have an Anna pop, but I have almost all the princesses. So I'm really excited about that. And so anyway, that's what I bought, the toys, and that was the day, and it was super fun. And I got to go to the Superman panel and to the Jurassic Park panel with my friend AJ. So that was really fun to get to meet up with him. And yeah, it was great. So I'm really excited. Tomorrow we get to hear Jeff Goldblum, so I'm really excited for that. And yeah, and Carl Urban, he's gonna be on tomorrow, so that'll be cool. And some other things, so I'm excited about that. So you'll hear another report tomorrow, and then again on Saturday. So let me know what you think, and if you've been to any cons, what do you think of these pops, if you're excited about them. Anyway, let me know. I'd love to talk about it. So thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.